Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How many of you have heard of the hotel Ritz-Carlton? Yeah? Ritz-Carlton is one of the most powerfully famous hotels in the world. Yes? Yes. I'll share with you one of the journeys that made them reach this kind of a life. On a hot Sunday afternoon, a lady flies in from New York into Hong Kong. She checks into this hotel Regent, room 101. She opens the door and she wants some ice because it's very hot. And she asks the housekeeping staff, where can I get some ice? He says, ma'am, walk down the corridor, take left, and you'll get the ice making machine there. She was happy. 2 months later, she walks into Hong Kong, flies into Hong Kong again, and this time she checks into Crescent Hotel. Room 101 again. And she walks, she needs ice, so she asks the housekeeping staff, where can I get some ice? He says, ma'am, come with me and I will give you the ice. So she was happier than before. Third time, 2 months later, she flies into Hong Kong again, room 101. This time she checks into Ritz-Carlton. Right? She asks the housekeeping staff when she wants ice. Guess what he says? He says, ma'am, you are our guest in the city. Please have this magazine of the city. Here is the chocolate bar. Please relax and I'll get you ice. So who has won the heart of the customer? Ritz-Carlton. Yes, that's a no-brainer. So if that hotel charges $50 more for the same room, she will still come and stay in the hotel. Yes or no? Yes. And if she comes 10 times into Hong Kong and spends 5 times in the previous time, now she'll spend 8 times in the hotel. Yes or no?
Yes.
So the first one is generating more revenue for the same product. Second time is generating more revenue from the same customer. And she will also tell 10 other customers. Yes?
Yes.
And that is generating customers by itself. So at 3 levels, you have actually exponentially created business in a long-term way. And that is business explosion. Theodore Roosevelt, who was the ex-president of the United States, said, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. Let me say this again. People don't care how much you know, products, attributes, benefits, till they know how much you care. It means it's all about emotion. It's all about how you connect with each other in terms of mind. Right? There was a research at MIT and Stanford which said that not 80%, not 90%, but 100% at every single decision that we take, whether we buy a watch or a car or choose a wife, is based on emotion. And they justify it later, saying it's rational. And they also did the same research to find out some 4 or 5 top emotions that make anybody do anything for anyone. Not the anger and revenge, which are negative, but the positive ones like pride, when you feel a sense of pride, when you feel inspired by somebody, when you aspire to reach somebody, when you feel recognized, when you feel appreciated by somebody. These are the things that make someone pay your life savings and buy a BMW car. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Now here, I have 2 devices. This device has got a RAM and a hard disk which is higher than this. It's got a camera pixels more than this. It's got a screen with a 5-year warranty. This has got a 1-year warranty. This sells for 13,000. This sells for 67,000. And this is Samsung and this is Apple. So the question is, when do we become an Apple? Rather, the rest of the section is, how do we become an Apple? Yeah, you ready? Yeah. Okay. At vijayparthasarathy.com, we run something called LEAD module, lead module, learn, engage, activate, direct, like a car. We have 4 summits, and each of the summits have got multiple techniques. So we have a total of about 27 techniques, which we cover in our 2-day intensive workshop called Accelerate, for which I'll tell you later. But at this point of time, I'll share with you 4 techniques which will resonate with you, and you can actually start implementing it from tomorrow. Number 1, ask yourself, what business are you really in? Starbucks. Is Starbucks really in the business of coffee? No. You can get fantastic coffee outside for 50 rupees. But inside you pay 250 rupees because they create that kind of an emotional experience for senior level executives who make them come again and again and again. Number 2, Harley Davidson. You heard of Harley Davidson bikes? Yes. Harley Davidson is one of the most powerful bikes in the world. Are they in the business of motorbikes? No. They are in the business of providing youth and freedom to middle-aged people, not to young people like me, but middle-aged people, right? So that is the kind of business that you emotionally generate. So you have to understand what emotional experience can I create which will make the customer come back to me again and again. And in addition to that, you can ask one more question. Am I going to create this experience myself? Then it's a no-brainer or a non-starter, because our lives on this planet is, in terms of space and time, is limited, so it has to be auto-generated. And that is called a brand. Number 2, what's in the name? US man. Everything is in the name. When we have somebody we have a child, we spend huge amount of celebration creating a name. But when we create a product, We just let it go. Oppo, Vivo, no one knows whether it's a toothpaste or a condom. Then they have to spend 2,400 crores, because that's what they did, using Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone to actually look at the product. Such a sad state of affairs. Whereas you can use somebody like Tan and Ishq, my friend, who created Body and Love and created Tanish with very little amount of money, and it's a global success today. So everything is in a name when you can use that name most powerfully. Number 3, tagline. A lot of people use tagline just to describe their business, which is so wrong. A tagline is the place where you can communicate your emotions and your values. Just do it of Nike is not just a good sounding line. It talks about leadership. It talks about decision-making power. It talks about the power of confidence. And that is what you can create through a name. I'll right now leave with you a technique, which is somewhat of a jargon, but leave the jargon aside and take the meat. Alliteration. If there are 2 words or 3 words, and the first letter of each word is the same, then you create that kind of impact in the brain that it will remain permanently locked in you in terms of positive impact. Coca-Cola, CNC. Dunkin' Donuts, PayPal, American Airlines, Hero Honda, Desh Ki Dhadkan, Taste the Thunder, Towards Tomorrow Together, energizing brands, elevating minds. And it combines with rhyming, it creates even more wonder. And the 4th one, this is actually one of the things that people just forget it, but we call it the 80-20 customer ART rule. Acquisition, retaining, and translating. People, please don't spend more than 80% of your time on acquiring new customers. Spend at least 20% of your time retaining your current customers, which will actually translate into others. So that's about all. I have with me one card, which has got, I have summarized 3 or 4 points in this, which you can use actually on yourself. This in itself, when I work with clients, I charge 4 lakhs. For this Symphony team, I am giving this to be free. Please don't share this with anybody else and use it. I know there are a lot of successful people here, but don't underestimate the power of disruption like Kodak and Nokia did, like many taxi owners to Uber and hotel owners to Airbnb and workstations to WeWork. So my gives and asks. In terms of gifts, I'm not showing off. I can connect most of you to anyone you want. I mean, it's really, because I've been there for a long time. Right? It's no brainer. In terms of asks, please look at, in terms of what to look for and what to say. When you look at businesses who say that my growth rates are decreasing, I'm not getting enough customers, my competition is increasing, then you connect them to me. Then you also ask, you seem to have a fantastic product, but don't you want to be a recognizable brand? And don't you want to grow by 100, 200% and make customers come to you? He says, how? It costs a lot of money. No, it doesn't. Connect to VijayParthasarathy.com. Thank you very much and have an amazing day.